Hello, I'm Nick Palmer, and I'm going to show you some exercises that I do as part of my fitness routine. I'm Head of Advocacy and Patient Support Services for Kidney Care UK, and I've been a patient for the best part of 25 years. I was diagnosed in 1996 with FSGS and later went on to start dialysis in the year 2000. I had my first transplant in 2006. But unfortunately, due to recurrence, I then needed another transplant by 2011. I had a living kidney donor transplant from my wife, which was good, but eventually that kidney went the same way as the first, and back in 2018 I started haemodialysis again, but this time at home. For me, health is so important. Clearly, kidney disease has a big impact, but exercise has a huge part in helping me manage the chronic kidney disease and the treatments that I've been on. It helps me in terms of my physical health, and my blood pressure, but also in terms of my mental health and keeping resilient. And after all these years, it's the thing that really keeps me sound and grounded. Exercise has been shown to help with all sorts of other comorbidities, through blood pressure to managing blood sugar, helping manage weight, but also in terms of pain management, and clearly it helps with sleep as well for some patients. I'm delighted to be able to show you what I do. Before you do anything, it's really important that you get the sign off from your kidney healthcare team or the people in charge of your health to make sure you're fit and able to do some exercise. But really, go for it. Begin to do a little. Little and often is the way. It's not running marathons or jumping off mountaintops. It really is little and often, and if it means doing a little bit more than you're doing now, like taking the bus for shorter lengths of time, getting off early, posting things, going by hand, then go ahead and do it. But it starts with you wanting to do it, and then you try and sort of build it into a routine in your lifestyle. So I'm going to show you some exercises today. These are fairly simple exercises for someone who does regular exercise, but it might be that you start off on something less impactful than this. But before you do any exercises, it's really important to try and warm up. Today it's nice and warm and sunny, but it's really good to get the blood flowing through your muscles and getting the blood flow to all the joints as well. So I'll do some simple warm-up exercises, starting with your head, looking from side to side. You feel a stretch down the side of your neck. Looking the other way, again, you feel the stretch. And then looking up to the ceiling, down to the ground, and do it once again. And arms out to the side, and then clockwise, going round in circles, size of peas, and a bit bigger, size of apples, footballs, beach balls, and then big circles, going forward. And then shake that off, arms out again, anti-clockwise, and do the same thing again. Little to big, to bigger, to enormous. There we go. Circles. You'll feel it in your shoulders and the blood flowing down to your fingertips. Getting everything moving. If you're like me, you might feel one or two little cracks as well. Right, next exercise, put your hand behind your head and then push a little bit, not so it hurts, but so that you're stretching the back of your arm. Try and keep your head looking forward and stretch. And then the other one. That's it. And you'll feel a nice stretch. Right, jogging on the spot. Just for about 10 seconds. Loosen up your lower limbs. If you can't do that, try and lift your legs up as high as you can. Okay, that's just as good. And then with your feet grounded, shoulder width apart, punch out. For 10. And then down, and then hands on hips. 1, to loosen your lumbar and your waist. Go around clockwise and then anti-clockwise. Okay, so you should be starting to feel a little bit warmer, a bit looser. If you need a sip of water, have a sip of water. Even if not on dialysis, have a sip of water. When I was on dialysis, I was fortunate that I was able to train and run for a half marathon. And people would always ask me, well, how did you do that? Not only physically, but managing the water. But when you do exercise, you perspire. And you're clearly able to have a small drink of water as you're doing some exercise. And when I started exercise, like many of you, I had a fistula. And I've had this fistula for 20 years. And I got back to going to the gym probably after 6 months or so. And this fistula is still working to this very day. So, you know, don't be put off by doing some exercise. Clearly, I'm not lifting huge weights, but, you know, manageable weights. If you can carry the shopping, you can lift 10, 15, 20 kilos. Okay, depending on who you are. Right, so for the first exercise, let's do some sit-ups. Keeping your arms at the side. You want to be sliding them forward so that you can touch the back of your ankles nearly, or not quite. And that's all you're going forward. So your shoulder blades should be just coming off the ground and you're leaning forward. That's it. You want to do 10 of these. That's 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the idea is to do 2 more sets of those. So with each exercise, you're doing 3 reps. So the next exercise is, I guess, beginner's level sit-up. Not sit-up, press-up. And so we go down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can do 2 more sets of those. So for each exercise, it's going to be 3 reps. So the next exercise is a donkey kick. So you do one of these 10 reps on each leg. Do it 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm lucky today. My 4-year-old daughter isn't causing chaos in the house, so I've got no interruptions. Right, next exercise, you can use a chair. I'm just going to use this small sofa next to me. This is to strengthen your arms. Clearly, get some advice if you're going to do something like this, because some people have weak wrists. But again, these are dips, tricep dips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's all the exercises I'm going to show you today. If you follow those, if you want to, that is, do them 3 times. But these are it's just something that I do at home as part of my routine. Part of my routine, I also go running. I take my daughter out for exercise. I work full time. But really, for me, exercise is part of living well with kidney disease and being on dialysis. It's also part of having, all to do with that is also doing good dialysis. I do nocturnal dialysis. I'm able to have a good diet with that. And I think all those things contribute to enable me to live as well as I can. And from a patient perspective, and from the work that I do, I want to spread the word and help other patients to live as well as they can as well. So good luck if you decide to follow these exercises, and hopefully we'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.